Summer is fun at the beach, hanging out with friends, and a great time to get a job. That's right, it's already time for Hillsborough County youth to register for the summer job program. And here to tell us more is our friend and CEO of Career Source Tampa Bay, John Flanagan. Welcome back. We know it's a new year when you're here. John, how are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me again. And I will say, so much thanks to you guys last year for helping us market the program. It was one of the reasons it was successful. So again, thank you for having me on again this year so we can talk a little bit more about some of the more exciting things that we're doing this year. So thank you.
Well, you are very welcome. Anything we can do to help the community, especially the youth.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about this summer program. What do people need to know about it?
So this year, we intend to serve about 1,500 youth, working with hopefully 300 employers across industry. So if you have an interest in constructions and trades, IT, finance and insurance, hospitality and tourism, we're going to work with companies in each industry sectors that'll allow us to place, a youth there so they can learn about, what some of those industries do and what some of the careers are that are available, in those industries. So we're really excited to be able to expand the program this year. There's a need, so we want to make sure that we fulfill it.
Have that partnership.
Yep.
There's no better way to learn than actually being out in the job world, right?
There's none. And if you think about, the interesting thing for last year, almost half of these youth, about 568, there's about 300 youth, it was their first job. So we gave them the opportunity. And if you think about the unemployment rate for that age cohort, it's about 10% or a little bit above. So, the rest of the economy for us is doing very well.
Right.
Less than 3% unemployment, but you've got one group of the labor force that hasn't had the chance to really participate. So we want to help do that as well.
And don't you remember, getting that first job is the hardest. I remember that in my career field. I'm assuming you do as well.
100%. And, my first job was through the municipal jobs program in my hometown of Erie, Pennsylvania. So that's how I got my foot in the door in the world of work. So I wanted to be able to work with our agency and be able to provide those opportunities in Hillsborough County as well.
And of course, so many of those opportunities provided by great partners, great businesses in the community. And in fact, the largest employer from Hillsborough County, for instance, is a great partner.
Hillsborough County Schools, fantastic partners. The chair of the board, Tamara Schamberger, Jeff Eakins, the superintendent, have been tireless advocates of the program. They not only help us with the recruitment effort, they've got 225,000 I think, youth and kids in their school district, but they hosted more than 100 unique work experiences themselves. So they were not just a partner in recruitment; they were an essential partner from a placement perspective. And there's so many things that the school district does because they're such a large employer, and they kind of span industry sectors. So there was a ton of unique opportunities within the school district. This year, our hope is to grow that to about 300 employers and really focus on, the business community, particularly small employers. When you talk small employers and entrepreneurs, programs like these are essential to help them kind of get a look at the future of their workforce. So we're really going to kind of focus our efforts on, on the business community, particularly small to medium-sized businesses.
I love that you're focusing on that so that they can be hands-on, because so many times you do hear how generations are different, especially when it comes to the workforce, and this is such a good way to maybe bridge that gap a little bit,
Absolutely.
Right?
And most companies and businesses in Hillsborough County, like the country, are small to medium-sized employers. They make up about 80% of our business community in Hillsborough County are those small businesses and entrepreneurs. So we want to make sure that these programs are aligned with them as well. And I don't want to forget to plug the County of Hillsborough, particularly the Board of County Commissioners and Commissioner Sandra Merman, who's a board member of Career Source Tampa Bay, but is a tremendous advocate of this program. When I started this job, it was the first conversation that we had is what are we going to do for the youth of this community? And she's been behind this, 100% of the way. So I wanted to take a chance to make sure that we thanked her as well.
Well, you know what? I think it's time to get down to the nitty-gritty of how people can get involved. Let's first take it from the youth point of view. Right now, registration just opened a few days ago.
It did.
And it will fill up, I'm told.
Yes.
What do people need to know?
TampaSummerJobs.com.
Okay.
Go on there. There'll be a link for an employer and for a job seeker. So if you're a youth, click on that youth or job seeker link, complete your registration. Somebody from our office will get a hold of you, set up the process where you'll go through your interview and your certification and all that good stuff. And then you'll be on your way. We'll hook you up with an employer and hopefully give you an experience or give you an opportunity to go to work in the summer.
And I love too that businesses can just go to that same page, right? And for that same tab.
Yes. And then we'll have our summits coming up. Instead of having one big one this year, we'll kind of strategically place them in parts in the county. We want to make sure it's not just the city of Tampa and surrounding regions, but Plant City and Ruskin and South Shore.
Such a big area.
Town and Country, all those places. Yeah, I mean, it's 1.5 million people in Hillsborough County, so we want to make sure that this is an opportunity for everybody.
Well, getting a job is key. We love the work you do in the community. Great to see you again.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You bet.